So where were we? So I was saying that basically what you can do is you can get back to the profile. So this is your whole boundary profile. Alright. Now suppose what I will do is I will actually draw a shape like this inside this boundary. What will happen? This is the whole. This is the whole. Yeah, it will make a hole just like your region. Alright. So what will happen is this was the whole profile. Now if I draw a profile inside a profile, then this will become a hole there. Alright, as simple as that. It will become a hole. This you can use it for, yeah, your shaft, or those you have directly how to draw a shaft here. But suppose I want to, this is my bathroom, so I want a sunken slab here. A slab should be a bit lower than the normal level, right? So what I will do is, so this is the whole floor here. Now I want to make a hole over here. So obviously here I'm drawing a rectangle. Can you see that? I'll say finish. So can you see that you could able to make a hole there? Alright. If you want to see the 3D, you can do that. Alright. So what I did is I made a hole here. Right. Now what I will do is I say control tab to come to the second view. Alright. Control tab to switch between views. Now I can directly go for another floor. Obviously it's supposed to be different. So how lower you want this floor to be? Pardon? 450. Alright. So of course it will be a concrete, not a finish. But right now you know that this particular floor got both concrete and finish. Alright. So finish supposed to be after the fill. Yeah. Alright. So what I did here is I said here minus 450. Alright. 450 is too large for a bathroom. 150 is not enough. Huh? Yeah, we can go for 300. Yeah, 300, right? So I said minus 300, 1 feet. Alright, 1 feet depth we have given. I'll say okay, fine. Alright, now I'll finish it off. Now what you will notice is, this is what I was saying. See, this particular floor already even the finish is underneath that. There you go. I'll just remove this one. I'll increase the detail level. Can you see that? But in practical what we are supposed to do is only the slab supposed to be till here. Then the finish should be another floor which will be 10 mm say below this one. FFL, that's it. Did you follow what I said? Alright. So you should draw 2 floors there. Alright. Okay. Now that is done. So this way actually by specifying the offset either positive or negative, I can actually vary the depth of the floor with respect to my level. Right? Okay. This is one story. Another one is, let's come down here. Now you have followed that, you can edit it. Now what's the meaning of this one? This one, these 3 bars. So these 3 bars indicates that this is the span of my floor. This is how the floor is spanning. Alright, you can see that you have span direction here. When you are editing the profile, you have span direction here. You can change it. There you go. Alright, okay, fine. That is done. Now let's talk about giving a slope to your roof floor. So what I am doing here is I am actually drawing a floor separately so that we can understand how the slope goes. Alright. So I'm just going for a rectangular floor like this. Now what I want is I want this floor to be sloped. I want this floor to be sloped. Alright. Whatever the purpose is. So what I'm doing is I'll come down here. I will say edit boundary. Alright. Now to give a slope, how do you specify the floor of the slope in your drawing? in ratio, right? 1 is to 100, or in percentage also sometimes. Yes, right, like that. So here, when I want a certain slope there, say 1 is to 100, what I will do is I will go and click the arrow here. Can you see that? You have a slope arrow. Alright, put that slope arrow here. There you go. That's it. So this is the total span, right? So now what I want is I want to give the slope to this. So I will select this arrow. Remember, slope is your arrow, alright? To select this arrow. When you select the arrow, you have certain options. Can you see that? He says height at tail. That means by default what he is doing is he is lifting my floor at this particular end to a height of 300. See, I'll select the arrow again. He says height at tail 300. But I don't want that way. As you said, you want it in a ratio or a percentage basis, being in what you say, or even degrees. Even metric we use degrees also, right? So that's why I want to give a specific degree. So what I will do is I'll go and change this one to slope rather than height at tail. I'll change it to slope. Now you will see that it's actually specifying the slope in degrees. 18 degrees it seems. Did you follow that? But you want to specify the slope in a ratio. So what I'm supposed to do? I want to change the input value, the format of the input value, right? That's the format of the input value. So I want to change the format of the input value. So what I'm supposed to do? How do you change from engineering to architecture in AutoCAD? Yeah. So same command. So same command here, UN. You have to use the same command, units. Alright. This will be available even here if you go to manage. Alright. And then you can click on units. Where is that? Can you see that? Project units. So here also what I will do is I'll say units. And then I will choose here slope. Where is that slope? And you say 1 is to 100. Basically I have 1 is to 10. Am I right? So shall we use 1 is to 10, or you can go for decimal degrees? Alright. So I'll say okay, 1 is to 10. I'll say okay. I'll say okay. Now he is asking me ratio 1 is to 10. So he says the ratio is 4 is to 10. Fair enough. Let's keep it and then finish it off. There you go. Did you follow what we did here? Alright, I'll just go to the front. Yeah. We gave a slope angle to this particular floor. If you are going for a ramp, you should have 1, 2 and 3. Am I right? 3 floors, and each individual they should have their own slope. Okay. Now this is one story. So let's further try to understand this particular slope concept. So what I want is I want a ramp. Very simple concept. At my ground floor I have a floor like this. Alright, finish. And I have a floor, sorry, it's coming 300 mm below ground level. Can you see that? I'll make it 0. Alright, now I have another floor which is at a height, at certain height, right? So just to make the size equal, I'm aligning it. And this distance also I need to know which distance. So annotate. Alright, go to dimensions. This particular distance I want it to be 1500. 1500. Alright. Now this is minus, no, 300 plus. So what I am doing here is, here this is at ground level and this is 300 mm above ground level, and the distance between these two is 15. I'll finish it. Yeah. Now I want a ramp joining these two floors. So what I'll do, I will actually go to architecture. I'll say floor. I'm taking a third floor now. and the floor is supposed to be from the ground level. So make the offset 0. Draw the rectangle here. Make it sure that span direction is in the direction of the slope. Alright. Then I say slope. Oh, no, I have to adjust this one. Can you see the advantage of align command? Now I'll select this one. I'll say escape. I'll select this and I'll say height at tail. Height at tail. So what should be the slope here? From 0 to 300 height it's supposed to go, and the span is 1500. It's just a simple cross multiplication. 1 is to 5? No, you are supposed to say is to 10. This is x variable. Alright. Now you have actually, this is horizontal is 300, vertical is 50. Yeah, wait. Yeah, 1500, 300. That is, it can't be 300 by 10. That will be 3 by 10. Am I right? It's supposed to be 3 is to 10. For every 10 units, how many units it's supposed to go? 2 is to
1 is to 5. 1 is to 5, sir.
That is 2 is to 10. That is 2 is to 10.
Yeah, we can tell like that also.
No, your units are one is in the ratio of tens only. So 1 is to 5 is nothing but 2 is to 10. Am I right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Finish it off. Now let's check what we did here. It might have raised a bit above. I took a section. Can you see that this is what I'm saying? It might have gone a bit above. So I'll just move it down, not an issue. You got a perfect ramp here? So you have followed how to use the slope, right?
Yeah.
Alright, you got a ramp there. Okay, so you have different ways to approach this, not an issue. Alright, okay, this is one way. Now let's come down to another part, like, okay, you have followed what is slope. Now you have, when you talk about these things, I will delete this one. Let's keep it not in. Let's remove the slope, alright. If the slope is there, I can't do that. So what happens is, you might have seen that you are talking about 2% slope to the roof, right, for your drainage. Right. How do you do that? So what we do is, yes, I never recall that terminology. What is that? Weathering course, right? Yeah, at the terrace, yes, right? So I want to do that here. So what I can do is, so instead of, you can't actually put all 3 or 4 or 5 pieces and they slope to individual. That will be too hard. So for that, what we do is, if you select the floor, and remember it should be a flat floor, it should not have any slope, then only you will have certain options called subcomponents or shape editing. Shape editing is just like your 3D Max, you know. You can put pull and push the nodes, remember, if you have used 3D Max, alright. So like that, you will have edges and you will have corners. What you can do is, you can actually give certain elevation to the edges and the corner. For example, suppose if I say modify elements, can you see that those green colors? Alright, so those you can modify. So I'll just go to 3D and show you what happens here. So this is the thing. So what I'm doing is, I'm just giving this particular edge a this thing height. Can you see that what happened? As if I pulled that particular edge of the paper. Pardon? Okay. Forget about the thickness. Don't worry about the thickness. Alright? No, No, that is okay. Yes, you won't do it to the slab, you do it to the finish. That is totally different concept. I'm just teaching you, alright, what are these things. But for these things, you will use this concept. For that particular slope, you these use these things also. So what these things are doing is, if you have a floor, see, it's quite simple. When you talk about your roof, alright, it will be this roof, this one, right? But it will be somewhat similar to your slab itself. The only thing is material is changing and the thickness is changing. Am I right? So same concept I will be applying to that. So what I'm doing here is, I'm actually, what I can do here is, if I select this one and if I say modify sub elements, you will notice that it will actually give the edges and the corners, which I can independently move them up and down. Did you follow that? Alright? It's just like as if I moved the edge of a paper lying on the floor. Alright? Or I can even do this one. I can select the edge and I can give a height to this edge itself. Did you follow that? Now the edge got moved. It's similar to slope. Did you follow what I'm saying? Similarly, suppose I want to do the same thing what we did, the ramp part. Alright? This is how actually how we draw lamp. We don't draw ramp with the help of slope. So what I can do is, I'll finish this one. Alright? So this is what was my product. I want this thing to slope. So what I can do, I can select this one. I will say modify sub element, select the edge, how much it's supposed to be, 300, right? There you go. Did you follow that? Yes. Not yeah. It's very easy. You can even stretch it and do anything, whatever you want, like this. All right. Okay. So that is your sub component elements. So what you can do is, not only this, you can even, sorry, I better draw another bigger one. Alright, you can even basically go and create your own sub element. See, I have a floor like this thing. Alright, now what I want is, as you said, you want to divide it. So I can actually divide this one virtually. Alright, so here I can add a split line. Alright, and divide this further into parts virtually. Yeah, here. Now, did you notice what I did here? Alright. So you have actually, you have virtually divided. Why? Because we didn't cut the slab. Now you can even provide different materials to this if you want. Paint, alright. I said paint, modify, paint. You can provide different material to different this thing. Pardon? Slopes, I didn't provide any slope yet. But different segments you can deal with them differently. Alright? This is not my, my priority here. My priority is actually to, so what I want to do is, I want to give those particular roof slopes. So what I will do is, I'll go to this one. Now again select it. And here start adding a point. You haven't added a line earlier. Now start adding a point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And suppose the drains are over here. I'll go to click and click on modify sub elements. Select this and give a value. Say 10. I'm actually lifting this particular point to a height of 10 mm. Did you follow this one? Yeah. Like this. Of course, you don't do that as you were saying. You don't do that to the slab, but you do it on, you will put another layer of floor on this, a thinner layer, and then do it to it. So you have followed what is the purpose of the sub elements, right? So now if I don't want it, I can simply at any time click on reset shape. it will be restored. Alright, shape here. See, I select it. Suppose I'm distorting it, whichever way I'm distorting it. Say I say that's why actually always work in 2D view. Select it. I'll say add split lines. I'm adding this one. Maybe I want this as some tent or something. What I can do is I can go to modify sub element, select this edge, give a value. Can you follow that? Alright. Now what I want is I want it to restore its shape back. I'll simply say reset shape. Did you follow till here? Did you follow all the options available in your floor? Whatever I have taught you till now.